I have one for you.
Mm-hmm.
As one of my favorite actors who is just in the prime of his career, will you please give me your best Wookiee impression?
Oh, fuck. Hello, and welcome to Grave Conversations, the only show where your favorite celebrities get to lie down. Today's guest is someone that we're all hoping doesn't die for a very, very long time. One of the most talented, versatile, and friendliest faces in Hollywood. As an actor, you've seen him in everything from Scream to Scooby-Doo to Five Nights at Freddys, and he will soon be seen in the upcoming The Life of Chuck. My friend, Matthew Lillard. I hope you're comfortable. Have you ever laid in a casket before?
No, I'm finding it a little unnerving, to be honest.
You've been asked millions of questions. You've sat in the hot seat millions of times, and you've been asked probably the same questions so many times that it puts you to sleep. So I don't want you to fall asleep as comfortable as we may be in our caskets today, but I do want to ask you the questions that you've never been asked before. And I want to start off with a little section that I like to call Questions You Need to Answer Before You Die, or QuintaBite.
I stand at the ready. Can I just say before we start this question, I don't think I've thought about these answers ever. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to ponder my own demise.
I think there's a great deal of empowerment that can come from like us just talking about this subject.
Yeah, I think that the reason it's hard is that when you've experienced it in your life and it's connected to you, when you think about death, it just brings up all these emotions. So for me, when I was asked to be on the show, I was like, ooh, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. And I knew I would be laying in this casket with you, somebody I care deeply about. And I knew that I would be sitting and cracked open already. So I think the reason people have a hard time is because it elicits such a profound and deep sense of grief, and that's hard to address sometimes.
I just can't imagine a better person to jump into this with. And on that note, I think we should start off with one of the more difficult questions, but I feel like you just
Perfect.
come out
That's
the gate.
That's exactly what I was looking forward to.
What are your feelings on geese?
On geese?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're combative, especially the Canadian variety. They're really territorial and sort of, I think they deserve to be eaten.
They got that long neck. It's meant for snapping. I tell you what.
We're going to get in trouble for saying that.
I want to know, this is serious. Do you think multivitamins actually work?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yes, I believe in that industrial complex of multivitamins. Okay. Single greatest advancement in medicine in the last 20 years is the gummy vitamin, because I will eat them as like snacks, which is why I'm so fit.
What's your social security number? Don't do it, Matt. Don't do it.
Oh, you asked.
I know. I love you.
I literally was just giving you my real social security.
I knew you were going to do it.
Literally doing that.
Are you having fun?
I was.
Okay. Well, we're not here to have fun. We're here to normalize conversations about death and dying, and I want to talk about end-of-life planning and funerals. Doesn't that sound like fun to you?
Well, I've relaxed. I started this whole thing by crying, which was lame.
Now it's time for my favorite segment, Death Wish. Matt, how would you like to die?
Painlessly would be preferable. But I could see myself going out in an act of heroism. Like if you ever wanted a dude to jump on a grenade, I would be that guy.
I would be sobbing and just stricken with terrible grief, but I would also be going, no shit, if I saw in the news, like, actor Matthew Lillard dies diving in front of traffic to save crawling baby. I would just be like, of course he did.
I don't know if I'd jump in front of a crawling baby. I don't think that's going to serve.
It's like a baby crawling. Like you shield it with your body.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's severely injured, but you've saved the baby.
Yeah. That sounds good. I would do that.
And then closed casket for Matt. How often do you think about it a lot? Death, dying, is that something that occupies a lot of your headspace?
Yeah, right now, my dad's sick, and I had a friend die, took his own life a couple years ago, and a friend OD, so it's around me. Mm-hmm. And I also think as a father, I know I'm leaving a legacy for my kids, and so, I don't know. I'm at the age where my parents are getting older, and my wife's parents are getting older, and so, I don't know, it's just really present for me right now.
Do you ever think about your funeral?
I love musical theater. Mm-hmm. I was driving down the street, this is 20 years ago, and I was listening to Rent, 525,600 minutes.
Yep.
And I picked up the phone, I called my lawyer. I was like, you're a lawyer, who's like one of my dear friends. Like, I need you to do something for me upon my passing. And she said, of course, what is it? I was like, I need a choir to sing this song at my funeral, full on, dude. I need it to be loud. I need people on top. I just need people on top of the world as the choir is singing that song.
I love it.
That is the only plan I have for my funeral.
I love it.
I hate this interview. This is the worst interview ever, dude.
What do you think happens after we die?
I have hopes.
As we reach the end of our conversation today, we've arrived at the part of the show that we will have you confront your own death. When I say die, you will then have 60 seconds to give yourself your own eulogy. So in 3, 2, 1, die.
Matthew Lillard is a father, loved his children deeply, is a loving husband, and did the best he could by everyone he met. If you were in his life, you were loved, and he often would hug you to make sure you felt that love. Let it be known that he is forever grateful for the time he walked this world, for it was a privilege to spread love as he went. Is that lame? That was lame. I should say something funny. He is also, will be forever known as Shaggy Zoinks Motherfuckers. I was always better on a second take. Here lies Matthew Lillard. Hasta la vista, bitches. That's my eulogy. I should have practiced more. I'm sorry.
It was beautiful, and I will never, ever, ever, for the rest of my life, forget how terrified my kids were in the beginning of the lockdowns of the pandemic, and then for me as a parent trying to figure out how in the hell am I supposed to throw a birthday party for my 3-year-old daughter when she was such a huge Scooby fan. And so I texted my friend Matt, and I was like, is there any way I could get a Shaggy message for my girl? And like within hours, I get a Shaggy message, I get a Scooby message, I get a Fred message, I get a Velma message. That's who Matt Lillard is. Thank you. Our time is up. This was beautiful. You're such a beautiful soul. Thank you for sharing it with me today. Okay. Bye.
Wait. Is that it? Oh. Shit. Oh. This is not cool.